So I'm C-Rod, you're watching C-Rod Fishing. It is Christmas break now for me. Beautiful Saturday morning, probably -7. And I am at the Lachine Canal, about to do my first ice fishing video of this year. The Lachine Canal is right in my backyard. It's often overlooked. People often don't know that there's fish in here. And they haven't drained it fully this year. Or they did, but they filled it back up recently. So I'm gonna go poke some holes in the ice, see if it's safe. We've had like 3 or 4 nights of -15, -16. So I'm thinking we got 3 or 4 inches. So I'm gonna go try it out. I'm really not sure here. Anything could happen. So that's why I have a life jacket on me and I have ice picks just in case. And I haven't brought all my fancy expensive gear out quite yet, like Unka Angling did in his last video. Really hope his gear works. So we're halfway out there. I'd say uniform 4 inches of ice everywhere, so I'm pretty confident here. I'm gonna get out there. It's already turning a lot of heads, poking those holes. I naturally should expect a lot of attention, a lot of curious people asking questions and stuff. That's part of the game. I like it sometimes. Usually it pisses me off actually, because I'm just trying to fish and I'm always answering questions. But, yeah, I wanted to do this video so long that it's totally worth it for me. Today you are going to watch me fish and explore the Lachine Canal in Griffintown. So much water to cover. So I decided to go to the spot I talked about originally, way across the canal, that has a runoff from a horse stable and a bunch of weeds connected by the main channel of this canal where it gets kind of deep. So that's a bit of a point of interest to me. So I'm gonna move all my gear over there. It's actually a huge job. This whole thing's probably gonna take half an hour. First I walk over with the auger, testing the ice every few feet until I just feel confident enough to bring all my very expensive $5,000 of gear across the ice too. So I'm gonna do a few trips probably, hopefully 2 trips. There's a lot of stuff though, I don't want to push it. A ski-doo is coming next. It's the next thing I need. I think I have everything but a ski-doo now. Way over there in the distance there's running water flowing into the canal over here, and slightly sketchier looking area of ice close to where my objective is. So I'm gonna just tread very lightly around here, bust a few more holes in, and try to monitor that water. These cops for sure want to talk to me. C'est pas interdit ça? On a le droit pendant l'été, pourquoi pas l'hiver? Et si je parle pas?
Ah ben, you're gonna get a ticket for sure, and it's an expensive ticket, so it's not worth it. Really.
How big's the ticket, out of curiosity? $2,000?
On vous donne le contrat d'infraction. On vous souhaite une bonne journée. Désolé pour vous.
Did you have to get all your gear out?
Yeah, man, it's like a huge journey to bring all my gear. I have so much. So they're gonna watch me like pack up all my stuff. It's gonna take me half an hour, and I'm gonna shuttle it all back to my car.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did they go on the ice?
No, they stayed on the side there. Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I'll get it off here. That good for now? I'm off the ice.
Hello, bonjour. Thank you for calling Parks Canada. My name is Karen. How may I help you?
Hi. I'm just wondering if I'm allowed to ice fish on the Lachine Canal.
The Lachine Canal, I don't think so, to be honest. Just give me a moment. I'll double check the regulation. Are you currently on site?
Yeah, I just got kicked off by the police, so I left, but I'm just curious if it's actually a law.
Just give me a moment, I'll double check for you.
Thank you.
I'm not able to find it like right away, but I know that, I mean, it's not permitted to fish there during winter. You need like regular permits, you know, to follow the general rules regarding fishing permits.
Yeah, so I have all that.
I don't think fishing is allowed, to be honest. I'm still trying to find more information.
And I know it's legal in the summer, and I just want to know the specific law for the winter and why it's illegal in the winter.
This is what I'm trying to find right now online. The only information that I found is like no fishing is permitted within 10 meters of a lock, an approach wharf, or over a bridge that spans the canal.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the only information about like the urban fishing is not permitted at these places if it's in 10 meters of a lock or bridge.
Yeah.
And to be honest, this is the only information that I have. Good, and I just would like to know, is there anything else that I can help you with today or other questions?
Okay. All right, thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Thank you for calling Parks Canada. Enjoy your Saturday.
You too. Bye.
Parfait. Excellent. Là, moi, je veux juste m'assurer que vous avez bien compris le message. Si jamais j'ai un autre appel pour vous, que vous êtes sur la glace, vous pêchez, moi, je vais vous donner le constat d'infraction pour tantôt. Je vais vous donner le constat d'infraction pour la fois suivante que je vous vois sur la glace. Puis, je vais monter un dossier d'entrave au criminel. C'est une accusation criminelle. Le fait que vous nous donnez beaucoup de troubles à faire notre travail. Vous comprenez? Donc, allez-y pas, ça vaut pas la peine. Je veux dire, ça donne rien. Fait que, je vous dis juste les conséquences de ce qui va arriver si jamais vous retournez. C'est sûr qu'on va avoir un appel au 911. Juste le temps qu'on était là, il y a 4-5 personnes qui sont venues nous voir. Hey, avez-vous vu, il y a un gars? Ben oui, on le sait, on attend qu'il s'en aille. Puis vous n'avez pas le droit. Tout le monde ici sait qu'on n'a pas le droit. Puis le monde, à la limite, c'est pas parce que vous dérangez, c'est parce qu'ils trouvent c'est dangereux, ils savent. Puis ils savent qu'il n'y a personne qui a le droit d'aller sur la glace. Là. Je comprends un peu, mettons, je passe avec mes enfants, j'habite à côté, puis ils font, ben pourquoi monsieur sur la glace, moi je peux pas aller patiner? Ben non, t'as pas le droit. Fait que c'est sûr qu'il va y avoir d'autres appels au 911 si vous retournez.
Okay.
C'est bon? C'est clair?
Merci.
Bonne journée.
It's been determined that I'm not allowed to fish here, so I'm gonna leave and probably find a new spot tomorrow. Just think it kind of blows that you can't just go on the ice at your own risk. But I guess if kids see you running on the ice, they will too, and they might get themselves in trouble. So. Hello, I'm C-Rod. You're watching C-Rod Fishing. Today it is the 20th of December, and I've got out of town to a remote little lake, and I'm going to be teaching you guys how to catch speckled trout on first ice conditions. So we're pulling out onto the lake here, did a bunch of research, found which lakes have fish and which lakes are legal to fish at, and I am at a undisclosed location, a small lake stocked with speckled trout apparently. Spoke to some locals, he told me it's good here. I want to thank you, Remy, you know who you are. I'm going to do some camping out here tonight if the fishing's good. So I stepped on the lake, asked some locals some advice. There's their kill count, bunch of trout. They're doing pretty well today, and they say there is like 10 to 11 inches of ice across the whole lake. So it's a pretty good sign for me. I'm gonna go to that little island, I think. So I'm in the middle of the lake now. It's pretty small, must be about 2 kilometers long, maybe 3. It's got 2 little islands in the middle. Besides that, not too many features. And I just went with the locals' advice. They were super friendly. They just told me to camp up here at the island. It's pretty good. Apparently there's 10 inches of ice. I didn't do my own checks, which is a bad idea, but I'm wearing a life jacket right now. And I got my ice picks on in case I fall through. So I've hauled $5,000 worth of ice fishing gear over there. Just gonna explore this island a little bit, look for little visual indicators that might tell me there's fish in an area, like structure, beaver dams, rocks, cliffs. I mean, here there's a little narrow passage. It's probably pretty shallow. That's where the fish are going to be, in shallow areas at the beginning of the winter. First nice trout, especially speckled, they like the shallow water, and they move deeper towards March. They'll be at the bottom of the lake. I chose this island because I noticed there is a cliff, which might indicate there is access from deep to very shallow water, a drop off. The beginning of the ice fishing season in December, you should look for speckled trout in the shallow areas near weed lines and rocky drop offs. That's what I'm looking for here. Behind us here we have steep rocky drop offs. It's all around the 7 to 20 zone. And you can just see hard rocks, a few sunken trees for a little bit shallower water, and weeds. I feel like the fish are going to be at the weed line of a rocky area. So I'm going to keep looking a little bit. One of the very first things I like to do before getting set up is put a line in the water and get fishing immediately. What I call a homemade jaw jacker, just some PVC tubing and a little piece of coat hanger as the tripping mechanism. And I have set this up over here just to have a line in the water and be fishing while I take the time to set up. My sight fishing hole took 5 minutes, and my Cabela's 6-man ice fishing club only took 6 minutes to set up. Usually I have to wrestle with it a little bit more, but some days you get lucky. Let me show you my setup here. Beautiful Cabela's 6-man ice fishing hub. I keep my propane outside. If there's a leak from the valve or whatever connector's there, it'll leak outside and not inside and blow me up. Here we go, sight fishing hole. I'm gonna put my AquaView in there. I'm gonna have a sonar. Here's my camp cot. Really necessary if you're gonna camp in one of these types of tents. And I have these like little foamy things. Good for carpeting the floor. That's the idea. This is my home for the next 24 hours. I am very new to both these amazing pieces of technology. There's my Markham Pursuit underwater camera and the Humminbird Helix 5 ice fishing edition that I just bought within the last month. Here we go. I'm about to catch one on the jigging wrap. Here we go. Here we go. Oh. Just setting up the AquaView, and these fish just aren't giving me any time. This jigging wrap just seems too fast for this guy. Is he gonna take it? Just can't seem to get it in his mouth. He's gone for it 10 times. Yes! Yes! Third fish already. These guys are always coming right under the ice. And they really seem interested with the sonar. They always look at the sonar first. I don't get it. Okay, it is 10 p.m. Pretty tired here. Fish have not bit since the sun went down about 4 hours ago. So I just wasted a lot of time. So I'm gonna get some sleep. I'll probably be woken up by a trout tomorrow morning. It's 7 a.m. and a little trout woke me up on the jaw jacker. Just beginning to get light out. The fish goes outside right there. So now as it's still dark, I'm just gonna leave the sonar on and the windows closed. I have my jaw jacker set up again. And I'm just sitting here very keenly, waiting for another breakfast fish to come along. That was a freaking awesome way to wake up. There you go, trout number 2. Both pretty small, like 10 inches each. Last time I was out here it was a lot more exciting. Sun is out now, it's beautiful, freaking cold though, so I'm just gonna stay in here. See one other person ice fishing on this lake all the way at the other end. Can somebody who does a lot of winter camping maybe give me some advice in the comments of how I can get rid of all these freaking puddles everywhere? It's like I set up my shelter yesterday. It's nice, dry, hard ice, and then I get the heater going and everything starts melting. I tried elevating the heater on this milk crate, but I still need 2 of these foamy pads to keep my boots out of water. My boots are not fully waterproof, so I have wet feet right now. 10 a.m. and I'm just waking up trying to make some coffee. I still have not ingested anything yet this morning, and I just got hit with 5 fish in 5 minutes. They just came in like a school. Wow, it is 10:30 a.m. All the action happened for the last 30 minutes. Filled my quota so freaking fast, and now I gotta stop fishing. I gotta take lines out of the water because that's the rules. When you catch your quota, you can't fish anymore. Got to get a beautiful shot of these fish. Speckled trout is fun, but I want to go to a bigger lake now with bigger fish. It'll put up a nice fight. So goodbye to this beautiful place. And of course, remember to properly mark off your sight fishing holes so nobody falls in. I'm just going to leave these rods here for the next guy comes along, finds a little Christmas present. Ho ho ho. Just kidding.